and I hope I didn't leave this out and miscommunicate that, like, yo, there's some waiting. There's some waiting in this stuff. Transitions don't mean like I said, oh, because you go, especially in our churches, in our community, often you hear it's your season, it's your like there's so much of that rhetoric, and it's not to say that there isn't a measure of truth to that. And we do believe that God, provides for us and that wants us to prosper and be in good health, even as our souls prosper, or whatever other promises that you want to lay hold on. And that they're accessible by faith, but it's that don't leave out the waiting component. There's no aspect of my life that made sense when I was trying diligently. I remember 2 jobs ago or 3 jobs ago, was diligently like applying other places, like before I left that job, knowing that I was like, okay, I'm doing all I can. And then I was like, there's no way how this is going to play out is I'm leaving on somebody else's terms. And guess what happened? I ended up leaving that job on somebody else's terms because that was the timing. God just wanted me to go through that part of that process. And then I got to know him differently because it was more, instead of it going my way and in my timing, it was yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table before me in the presence of my enemies. And let me say something to this too. When it's your time, first of all, not only is there no stopping it, but God is going to make it happen in such a way that sometimes, like even after the waiting, I'm thinking about like how he didn't give me the satisfaction. I thought that little passage said he prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies was a way of saying he's going to give me a chance to show them they were wrong. See, y'all shouldn't have treated me like that. And all the stuff that's happening, the breakthrough I'm getting now in terms of like, I have a pastoral role. Essentially, I'm on a pastoral staff. My exact title is minister, but they refer to me as a pastor. I'm one of the pastors, right, at the church where I serve. And I in my mind, how this played out was I would have got this gig like 3 years ago so I could stick it in their face. It's like, see, that's the mistake you made. And God is preparing the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Y'all knew y'all shouldn't have done better. And I thought it was going to go, well, because they did me dirty, God was going to have my back and it was going to be revenge and it was going to look like this. And they were going to go down and I'm going to go up. And see, I'm looking down at y'all from this perch position. That ain't it, man. This is all transition. This is all part of it. And that's why I said at the outset, we have to learn how to navigate through and lead through transitions. One of the things I'm realizing, I'm gonna say this to stop, is I recognize that there's people coming up behind me. I got a 4-year-old that's going to need, he bears my name. He looked just like me. He goes to church with me and people are like, oh, you spit him out. So I have a responsibility now, and I recognize that part of what that responsibility involves is showing him what it means for a man to navigate through change, to wait on the Lord, to seek his face, to be faithful in the midst of the waiting, to say, I will worship even though I don't see it yet. And so that's why I wanted to bring this, because I thought, that's why I said this is universally relevant, whether it's election, whether it's COVID, whether it's waiting on a house, whether it's waiting on a spouse. Okay, God has us in his position for such a time as this, and it is up to us to be diligent and faithful as we are waiting. All right, #patience. I love it.